How's it going, everybody? Today we're making bread, and it's like the third time I've tried to make this recipe, and the first two times didn't turn out that great, so we're trying again. I've got my helper in the back, Mr. Pico Pouncer. Also, you see Chaz, he's chilling back there too. So yeah, you might see him pop in and out. But yeah, so we're making bread today. It's just white sandwich bread. I am going to do 2 loaves. I'm going to try one with like a cinnamon swirl thing nonsense going on. Yeah, so it'll be fun. So yeah, join me on my bread making journey. Okay, so we've got all of our stuff for our bread. It's pretty simple. It only uses about 4 ingredients. You got your milk, sugar, flour, salt, butter, yeast, also some water. I got my milk heated up here to about 110 degrees. You want it warm so the yeast has something to warm up to. So we're gonna add that. And my sink water is pretty warm, so we're just gonna get a cup of water here. And I am doing a double batch, but I'm gonna do them separately instead of doing everything together, because for me, that just works better. So we have our milk and our water in the bowl, and it's nice and warm. So now we're gonna add our yeast. I just use regular dry active yeast. You can use whatever you like. I find this works best for me. We need 2.5 teaspoons. So there's 1 and 2. Oh no! I dropped it! Guys, I dropped it! Okay, 1/2 teaspoon. Need 1/2 now. Yay! Come on. Okay, so we got that, and we're gonna give it a little stir. Get it all incorporated in there. Ooh, yeah, look at that lovely slurry. You do also want to add your sugar at this point in time, which we don't need a whole lot, but that does help feed it and helps make it bubbly and awesome and cool. So we need 2 tablespoons of sugar. You can use whatever type of sweetener you want. If you don't want to use regular white granulated sugar, you could substitute it for honey or agave or whatever you choose to do so. So we're going to give that another little stir. Stir. Whee! And then we're going to let it sit for 5 minutes, and we'll be back.
5 minutes later.
All right, so we are back 5 minutes later. And your yeast should look like this. It's got little bubbles, little happy yeasties. It's looking pretty good, and we can go ahead and start adding the flour. All right, so I've got my bread hook attached to my KitchenAid. I love my KitchenAid. It's like the best thing that I've ever bought. It's fantastic. So I've got that. We're gonna start adding our flour. We need 3 3/4 cups flour. And I lost my measuring cup. I will be right back. Okay, so we're gonna add our salt. We need 1.5 teaspoons of salt. I like to use kosher salt because that's what I've always baked with. I've recently started to get back into baking, and bread has been one of the things that I've really enjoyed making. So here we are. So we added that. Then we're gonna add our 4 tablespoons of not melted butter, softened butter. Last time I made it, I think that's where I went wrong. I melted it instead of softening it because I am not a patient person. And if I want to bake something, I'm not gonna wait for it to come to room temperature. I did take Mr. Cat into work today, so I had an hour for it to sit out and soften to room temperature. So here we go. All right, so we've got our butter and our salt added. We're gonna start by adding 1 cup of flour, and we're gonna mix that together, and then we'll add the rest of the flour here intermittently. I do want to get a scale, because when you're baking, it is better to weigh your stuff instead of just being like, here's my cup. So yeah, here we go. All right, we've got our first cup and all of our other stuff in there. We're gonna turn on our bread hook. It says on medium. My medium is more like high, so I typically don't do it super fast. This is about as fast as I go even during my kneading process. Right now you just want to get the butter combined with everything in there. And then we will add some more flour. Okay, you beat it for about 30 seconds, get it all combined. We're gonna take our little spatula here. Sorry, I need to figure out something else for getting these shots. This is hard. Okay, scrape it down a little bit. And we'll scrape it on the hook there. Yum. Batter. I know, Pounce. I know. Oh, that wasn't Pounce. That was Missy. Missy Pooh. She's trying to help me now, too. It's our little baby, Missy. She wants to make the bread, too. Okay, so now we're going to... Whoops, I need that back up. We're going to add another cup of flour. My half cup fits perfectly in my container. That's why I do half cup at a time. So there's 2 cups of flour in there now. We're gonna turn that up, let it ruminate for a bit. Beat on medium speed until relatively incorporated. There might be some butter chunks, that's fine. And then once that's done, once it's incorporated and not all floury, we will add the remaining cups. All right, this is what I call relatively incorporated. We're gonna add the remaining cup of flour and let her go until it pulls away from the sides. Then we're gonna knead it. So this should only take another couple minutes. So we're gonna add in another cup, which is there. And then we'll keep the third for later. I like to, if it gets too sticky, sometimes with white bread, it gets weirdly sticky. So we're gonna turn that back on and let it go until it starts to pull away from the sides. All right, we're at that time. It's 5 to 8 minutes that we're gonna put on the timer, and we're gonna let this knead and get all beautiful and lovely, and it's gonna be fantastic. We're gonna keep it on about there, I think.
A few moments later.
All right, guys, it's been about 6 minutes. I think we're good. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off. I did get my bowl prepped. You want to have a regular bowl that you either spray with Pam. I did a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, trying to avoid those seed oils, just because that's what I like. That's why I use butter instead of oil in this. You can use oil in your white bread if you want to, I guess. I always use butter. All right, so you slap that little jobby there in your bowl. We're going to throw a towel over top of it. And I have this lovely feature on my oven. It's this bread proof. Sorry, my oven is absolutely disgusting right now. But it works really well. It keeps everything circulated at the normal temperature that it's supposed to be. It is fantastic in the winter when you're trying to make bread. This time of year, it doesn't really matter. It is, you know, mid-July. Are we still mid-July? Beginning of July. Anyways, so I'm gonna throw this in the oven on my proof setting, and I'm gonna throw that other loaf together, and we will see you guys in about an hour and a half after it doubles in size.
1 hour later.
And we're back about an hour later, an hour and 10 minutes, and we've doubled in size. That's what we want. This is the second loaf that I made. This is the first loaf. Looks pretty good. We're gonna bash that down and get it all rolled out. So this recipe, you roll it out, you roll it up, you put it in the pan, and you let it proof again. So we're gonna do that. Okay, so I've got my dough. I've got my 2 bread pans. They are lightly oiled with our lovely olive oil, because you don't want it to stick. So to start, you gotta punch it down and just get the air out because, you know, it's got all that lovely air in it. And then we're going to flip it out and put it on our little board here. This is where the third extra cup of flour comes in. You're going to lightly flour your area here. Get it all rolled out. Get your rolling pin nice and dusted. You can't see anything. This is super cool, but I can't do it with one hand. So, all right, we're gonna pop that out. Oh, it smells so good. So yeasty, so lovely. Okay, throw some more on top here. And just roll her out. So you do want it only about the size of the pan. The first time I did it, I didn't do it wide enough. So I'm gonna have my pan here just for a little guideline. I always say that recipes are like guidelines more than rules. Kind of like Captain Barbossa said in the first Harry Potter. Oh my God. The first Pirates of the Caribbean. Parlay is more like guidelines than rules. Okay, so we've got our bread all rolled out. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it and we're just gonna roll her up like so. And a nice little log, just like that. Take our pan and plop it in. Should fit quite nicely. Just a little tip tap like that. And then, whoops, not that far back, Lisa. There we go. All right. I might refer to myself as Lisa occasionally. It's when I mess up, I call myself Lisa. Laziness got the better of me today, and I didn't get another stick of butter out to put my brown sugar and my cinnamon in. So next time, I will do more than just a normal loaf. But we're doing 2 loaves. We'll see how they both turn out. And now, I'll see you back in about another 45 minutes to an hour. We got to let these rise so they're about 1 inch above the top of the baking pan. And then we can put them in the oven and bake them.
1 hour later.
All right, guys, we're back. Look at these lovely loaves. It's about how it should be. Again, I'm impatient, but they're just about perfect. The thing about bread is you gotta hurry up and wait. It's super fun, right? So we're gonna pop these babies in a 350-degree oven for about 20 minutes. And then we'll come back and take them out and have fresh, delicious bread. So excited.
1 eternity later.
Okay, so our bread's done. Our bread's done. Ooh, hot, steamy, lovely, golden brown. Where's my other thingy? We'll improvise. I have a lovely assistant now.
Hello.
Cam is helping me out. Look at this lovely bread. It's golden brown. It's beautiful. So we're gonna pull it out of the oven and then we're gonna depan it onto our cooling rack. Should just plop right out like that. Flip it over. Oh, it feels a little dense. Hopefully it's not dense. Hopefully it's not. But you never know. Alright. We're gonna go to the fridge and we're gonna grab some butter. Because you put some butter on the top when it first comes out, it makes it extra delicious. This is optional. You do not have to do this. I just like to do this. And my children will attest to the fact that it is delicious when this happens.
It is good.
Yep. So you just kind of brush it on the top. If you want to melt it and use a brush, you can do that too. I, again, am lazy. And I just take the whole stick of butter and just slather it on there. And then stick it back in the fridge and use the butter for something else. Because it's butter and whatever. That's what happens. And we go through enough butter in this household that it's not going to be in the fridge for like weeks this way. All right. So there you have it. There's our white bread. We'll come back in about 10 minutes after it's cooled a bit. We will cut it open and we will taste test it.
Delicious, yes.
5 minutes later.
So it's been about 10 minutes. Here's our lovely bread. The one did raise better than the other one, but that's okay. We're gonna try the little one, see how this one did. Gonna cut into it, add some lovely butter. Hold that for me. Thank you. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. Hey, looks pretty good. Looks a little crumbly. I'm trying to get past the crumbliness, but it's not working. Now I gotta spin this around so I can actually hold on to it. We're each gonna get a piece of bread and butter and we're gonna taste it and see how it is. A little air pocket in there from our roly roll. Okie dokie. All right, so we've got our bread. I've got my lovely Chaz next to me. Cam decided she did not want to be on camera. Completely okay. She's got her bread. We're all gonna taste test it and see. I personally think it's a little crumbly. If you've made bread before and you know a trick, please let me know, because I want sandwich bread. This is good soup bread. It's not really sandwich bread, but let's try.
It's good.
It's good?
It's good.
What do you think, bud? It's good?
It's good bread.
It's good bread. Was it what I wanted? No. Are we still gonna eat it? Absolutely, because that's what we do. We eat a lot of food. We are food people.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for watching. If you liked it, give us a big thumbs up. Click the subscribe button. We'll be around. We'll be baking. We'll be cooking. We'll be doing lots of stuff, because it's what we do.
You may even hear me sometimes.
Yeah, she likes Transformers.
A lot.
A lot. You might get some Transformers rants. It's completely okay. Gives her an outlet, and I don't have to sit there and be like, That's fascinating. Wow. Maybe you guys will enjoy her Transformers rants more than I do. Don't get me wrong. I love Cam. I will always listen to her rants, but I don't understand because I don't know Transformers. But hey, it's all good. Well, thank you very much. We'll see you on the flip side.
Bye-bye.